SMR, welcome back to episode 28. This week I got a new artist for you guys. I lied, she ain't new, you better recognize. It's Jazzy Monica with her new single called Too Late. Check it out. Shalisa Marie Radio.
Told me you was gonna do better. You just lied and I got fed up. Told me you was gonna try harder. You sound like a broken record. Made me all the promises you made me. All the time that I was waiting. All the time that I was wasting. I knew shit was never changing. Don't forget you said you hate me. Don't forget you said you hate me. I still love you, man, it's crazy, yeah. I can't lie, sometimes I miss you. Sometimes I wish I was still with you. I can't even lie, sometimes I miss you. Should've done me right when I was with you. Now it's too late. Now it's too late, yeah. I can't even lie, sometimes I miss you. Should've done me right when I was with you. I don't know what you want. You had me and you messed up, and I never gave up on us, no, no. Try to put up a front, but we still lacking trust. Loyalty wasn't enough, no, no. Made me all the promises you made me. All the time that I was waiting. All the time that I was wasting. I knew shit was never changing. Don't forget you said you hate me. Don't forget you said you hate me. I still love you, man, it's crazy, yeah. I can't lie, sometimes I miss you. Sometimes I wish I was still with you. I can't even lie, sometimes I miss you. Should've done me right when I was with you. Now it's too late. Now it's too late. I can't even lie, sometimes I miss you. Should've done me right when I was with you.
Arnold, if I said yes, I'd feel no. If I said no, I'd feel yes. I don't know what to say.
Just do what I tell you and everything will be fine.
As women, we tend to bash the guy when we don't get what we want in terms of communication, affection, etc. But as women, I feel like we need to stop and reflect and look within as to what we're doing wrong. And don't get me wrong, some men are trash. But I guess for me, I want my cake and eat it too, pretty much. I feel my problem is I'm looking to maintain control that I didn't have in my past relationships, whether it was friends with benefits or an actual committed relationship. And I know that is so wrong and I need to stop it, but I want to learn to trust guys again. However, this is hard for me. But I'd rather just say fuck it before I get hurt, you know? So that's why I have a list of guys that I can go through at a time. Just to boss myself up, like, you're that bitch, which is also so wrong, but, you know, I'm confident, I love myself, and I don't need a man for validation. That was such a contradiction, but you guys get me, right? Like, I'm 21, I'm still young and dumb, but I'm also smart, and I'm learning what I want and what I don't want, what's good for me and what's not good for me. And I never want to be with someone just to say, hey guys, I have a man. Nah. I need someone that's motivating and actually wants to do better than yesterday every day. And even if we're not in a committed relationship, because commitment is it holds so many expectations following it. And I just want that reassurance that you fuck with me, that you're rocking with me, especially for being intimate. For me, I'd rather if you're just intimate with one person and vice versa, but I don't care if you're talking to other girls during the non-commitment phase. But have that respect for me and be able to communicate with me and hold that integrity. And just know, once I get a connection, it's a wrap. Welcome back to Shalisa Marie Radio. We're on episode 28. Woo! sometimes in life we go through situations and we go through things that we really want, and sometimes it's hard to get that idea out of your brain. But when things don't go the way you want to go, you have to reflect on why didn't the situation go this way, but also what did I learn from this situation? Did it make me, or did it make me stronger? It probably will. And you need to take those things from it, grow from it, appreciate the fact that you got to experience this, and approach your next situation, if you're ever faced with it again, head on, but also with the new learned knowledge that you have from that past situation.
Yes. So this episode is kind of more of a discovery, a self-growth episode for both of us, because it came from our previous episode 25, called Damn, He Did It Again, where, we vented about certain relationships or situationships that we were going through at the moment, and we were super in our feelings and like that type of mood.
Yeah. We just want to express those emotions that we're feeling, let it out. But now that we've learned from the situation, we want to move past it, grow from it, and
boss up.
Yeah, but also approach the situation in a different light, not an emotion of anger.
Yes. Because me, especially, I'm fire. I'm a fire sign. I'm an Aries. Like I'm literally quick with it, and I'm trying to control how I react to certain situations, and also know that nobody owes me shit. So, with that being said, let's just play you a little episode or a little skit of Damn, He Did It Again. Check it out.
No one is available to take your call. Please leave a message after the tone.
Hey, I've been trying to call you. Where are you at? Honestly, just let me know what's going on. For once.
Psych! Just kidding. You're gonna have to go to episode 25 and check that out. Damn, He Did It Again. It is an amazing skit featuring Patrice Bishop, who is an artist, and myself, and it's a real life situation. Trust me, the amount of people who related to that episode was nuts. It was nuts.
So if you haven't watched it, go watch it now.
Go check it out, and then come back to this episode. So once again, we are speaking about self-discovery, self-growth, and certain things that we need to watch out for and take action in when it comes to a new relationship. It doesn't have to be a relationship that has been going on for years and years. It can be a new relationship that you're just now approaching.
But even if you have been in a long-term relationships, I think that these conversations and questions are things that you can continuously bring up in the relationship, and
as it goes,
you'll see why.
Yeah. So the first thing is that it's important to know what each other's intentions are when coming together as partners. Are you guys in it for the short term? Are you guys doing this for the long term? Are we in this for a long-term relationship? Are we just friends with benefits? Is this just a situationship? What are we, just friends who just flirt now and then? What is this?
And I think that this conversation is a conversation that today we lack.
Yes.
Because automatically we think this person wants to marry me, or this person has other intentions. We make assumptions. Yeah. So instead of doing that, we need to just have the conversation, because if me and you are going out and we're being intimate and things like that, someone's gonna fall. And I've seen this type of relationship happen many times.
I've been
in this relationship a few times, so I think it's important. So what does your ideal sexual agreement look like?
First of all, we have to be only intimate with each other. Like, I'm not like being intimate with you and then like you're intimate with somebody else and then you're putting their residue like it goes
Trust me, STDs are
real and they're very easy. So
and
like
different STDs that are coming up, like there's a new form of gonorrhea that's not curable.
Isn't it like, or it's not oral, it's like very easy to get.
Yeah.
Like, you don't even have to have oral sex anymore. Like, you can get it from, like, I'm pretty sure, like, eating or touching or something like that, which is, like, nuts. But, yeah, like, don't be intimate with me and somebody else. Like, one person.
And if you are, like, communicate that. Tell me so that I can make that decision for myself. Don't be selfish and you're putting your stuff in Joanne and fucking Jenna, and I don't know about it, because then if I find out, then, or if I catch something even worse, like, that's pretty disrespectful. But according to Kristen Benyon, who is a licensed mental health and certified therapist, she says that it's important to talk about the understanding of fidelity and other ways of being intimate without just a sexual experience. So you can be intimate with someone without just being sexual.
Okay, great. So we don't need to be having sex in order to be intimate with each other, just to clarify for a lot of the people in the back. Like, we don't have to do that. Honestly, the eyes to me is the first way of me understanding how a person feels about me. And I feel like I can stare into somebody's eyes and feel like I'm having sex with them through their eyes. Like, I don't need to physically, like, indulge in anything with them in order to feel something, like, extremely deep with them. You know what I'm saying?
But even, like, Shalisa, I've been to a few times that I've been to her house recently, she's been coloring in drawing books. I think that I could get high with my person and just color.
And color!
Like, I think that's so intimate.
Thank you.
And it's something so simple.
Yes. Nobody thinks about it.
Yeah.
Honestly, when people come to my house, they're like, "Are you coloring?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm coloring." Like, so you don't have to be intimate in order to, have a bond with somebody. Or sorry, you don't have to be sexually intimate in order to have a bond with somebody.
Do you guys even know the difference between an open-ended question and a closed-ended question?
Break it down for them.
Let's break it down. So let's just say you're feeling this guy or you're feeling this girl and you want to see where their head's at, but you don't want to straight up be like, hey, like, are we together? Because that's kind of forward and that's kind of an awkward
Which sucks,
question.
but okay.
And kind of like, I don't know, it's just
Shalisa
kind
Marie
of uncomfortable,
Radio.
especially if the other person's not on the same page as you. So that'd be a very closed-end question because it's just a yes or a no. But in order to get their thoughts while also emphasizing the amount of time you guys have been together or have been a thing, but also without being too pushy, you could ask something or say something like, I'm interested in how you feel things are going between us right now. And that's more of a open-ended question because, well, if you're getting an answer that's just good, don't take that for an answer because you want the person to actually paint you a picture.
Make sure they are painting a picture with their words of how they feel about you. Okay? Like their imagination, like anything that they can paint. Okay, no, fuck it.
Yeah, seriously, anything that they can paint with words.
With their words, I don't know if it makes sense, like, how I'm saying it, but, like, if they can, like, describe
convey what's going on with in
like,
their head.
how they feel about you, what they love about your face, they love your nose, they love your eyes, they love your voice, they love your body, like, they love your movement, they love your aura, like, all of that. If they can paint that picture so clear and so confident, that's one more thing. If it sounds like they're, like, forcing
what they're trying to say.
What they're trying to say, that's a red flag, honey. Go check out episode 26.
And I feel like we, as humans today, it's so easy for us. Like, when we're angry, we have a bunch of words to say right off the bat. But when it comes to, like, more, like, sensitive emotions or, like, feeling of like or love, then we stumble and we don't know what to say. And that's Why is that?
Because we feel like everybody always does shit.
Yeah.
We always like, and that's where I'm like, people need to stop being so entitled. Okay, like everyone has their own life going on. Everybody has their own struggles, their own, you know, ups and downs. You can't like come into their own story and tell them A, B, C, and D, and you got to do that. Like it doesn't work like that, unfortunately, as much as it hurts, because we all want like people to move on our time, but like we have to understand that we're all individuals living an individual life, right?
Which segues into our next question. What does a balanced relationship look like? So to you, what does a balanced relationship look like?
We have to be on the same page. We have
In
to.
what way, though?
For me, we have to have the same perspective on our goals. So, like, for example, just the other day, I was with a friend of mine, and we were talking about, you know, going to visit mansion tours, like, every month, and making it, like, a common thing where we go and we tour mansions instead of, because I usually go to, like, rich neighborhoods and just like drive through the street with my friends and just like look at the houses. But I feel like it would be different if you actually go inside of the house and like sit on, like tour. Go on an actual mansion fucking tour. Like, and it's a once a month thing. And like the fact that like I can do that with someone who I'm interested in means that we can dream big together and we have the same type of goals. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like in terms of living circumstances, obviously our careers are different, but like in terms of what we want for ourselves, it's kind of the same. So I think that for me, the most important thing is goals. Our goals are on the same thing. Our movements towards those goals are on the same level as well.
I agree. We have the same goals. Me personally, like I want a travel buddy.
Yes,
so
that'd be great.
That will travel with me, and it doesn't even have to be like Peru or something. It could be like there's a lot of things, great things in Canada that
people don't
haven't taken advantage of. Exactly, and
working out together.
Yeah, working out together.
Working out together.
Some that were mentioned was like having a date night once a week or once a month. Like
date nights.
Yeah, because everyone has their own life, you know. So if you can come together like that one day or a week or one day a month just to like be with each other. Yeah,
I think date nights make such a big difference. Like think about it. Like the night you come back home from a date night, like you guys are like super giddy, like, you know, I think that once a week is actually a really good like routine to like, you know, keep the spark there. And like if you guys are sitting across from the table from each other, like, you know, it's just all there.
But it doesn't even have to be
there.
It could be something so simple like dinner, but like it could be something
ice cream,
also
fun,
food,
anything.
Yeah,
like it doesn't have to.
Excursion, or like maybe there's a cool exhibition that you want to see. I personally like the art gallery, so something that has to do with art or whatever. Or if it's outside, you know, 420, sometimes they have the thing downtown.
Yeah,
that we could go to. So stuff like that.
Yeah.
And even if you find that your relationship's going well, everything's chill,
there's always things to work on.
Yeah, you can always improve your relationship. So asking what would you like to do more of in the relationship is always a valid question, because maybe you really didn't think about it because you think the relationship's going so well, so you're just plateauing, you know? But there's always room for improvement, and it shouldn't lead to an argument if the person is being honest and open, you know. As long as you're keeping that respect, then I think that it's always a valid question.
Yeah, like when people have differences, again, back to this thing where like people think that they're like on top of the world of shit. None of us ain't shit. Like if you have a problem with something and you want to bring it to that person, that friend, that partner, it doesn't mean that you have to start an argument. Like, you know, like I used to do that a lot. Like it always used to turn into an argument naturally because we didn't know better. But like nothing, just because we have a disagreement or we're on different pages doesn't mean that it has to be like, well, I did this, well, you did that. You know what? Fuck you. Fuck you. You know,
like don't listen just to respond. Yeah. Listen to actually think about what the person's saying and then say what you have to say. Or you could like simply say like, hey, like I respect your opinion, but this is how I feel, you know? Like, even today, I showed this guy my nails. I just got them done.
Fire. Doesn't she look fire? She looks like a superstar right now. Like,
thanks.
Yes, bitch.
Yeah, so I got my nails done, and I was like, hey, like, do you like them? Blah, blah, blah. And he's like, oh, like, they're too long. Like, I don't like the length. And I was kind of like, you're entitled to your opinion, you know, like, I'm not going to get mad at you, but one, they're already done, so unless you're going to give me $50 to remove them, they're staying on.
I feel like that length is decent.
Yeah, this length is perfect. Like, I've done longer
really
before,
nice.
so I was kind of offended, but at the same time, I'm like, hey, like, this is this guy's opinion. I'm not going to start an argument over it because I like it, you know, so glad you're not wearing the nails, and yeah, I'm going to keep them on because at the end of the day, I like them. But at the end of the day, I still respect your opinion as well, and I'm not going to fight you on it. We can just agree to disagree.
Yes.
You know?
Another tip is talk about your feelings. Like, it kind of goes back to what we were just talking about. I feel like talking about your feelings are like the most essential thing to a relationship. It keeps it clean, it keeps it updated, and it keeps it like clear between the two of you. Again, if you have a problem with something, voice your opinion. If you feel like you're falling now, like you're really falling, and like you feel like your feelings are getting stronger, I really recommend you to voice that, so that that person knows that, like, okay, like, she's starting to fall for me, or I'm starting to fall for her. Like, you know, voice that opinion. Communication is key.
And it doesn't even have to be like, if you and this person are having problems, then you voice your feelings. You could voice your feelings about the things that you like about your relationship, the things that are going well, because that's going to keep that pace going, so that, you know, everyone stays happy.
And everything can grow.
It doesn't have to be problems.
Yes, this episode is called The Discovery. Okay? It's all about discovery, and that is included in the discovery.
Yes. But if you are having problems with your person that you're talking to or has been long-term with, then try to target specific things that you and this person usually fight over, and how can you grow from it. Now, this is very hard because when you talk about specific problems that you have, they usually lead to arguments, but this is where communication comes in. So if you know this person or you want to make it work with this person, then you're going to be willing
to have that conversation.
Yeah, and have that conversation with them and respect each other's opinions. I think that's the foundation. Respect.
Yeah, respect. And I was just talking to this beautiful woman last night at this party, and she was basically saying, like, you know, you're always going to have problems with any partner that you're with. It's just who you're willing to tolerate that many problems with. Like, nobody's perfect. Nobody will ever be perfect. By the time your husband is 80 years old, he might be ugly and, you know, slow, and you're gonna
looks fade, people.
Yeah, exactly. So
that's what I'm learning too.
By the time as you get older, I feel like you realize that it's more about who the person is opposed to how they look on the inside, and like how it's more about how they treat you and how you guys get along, because
do they have integrity?
When they're sick, that's all you, fam. So
who do you want to take care of when they're sick?
most.
When you gotta wipe their arse, and wipe their drool off their face and feed them, God forbid, you know, because we're not going to be healthy forever.
Yeah, it's true. Who are you willing to tolerate the most?
Yeah.
That's all it is. You're never going to run into a relationship that it's like, oh my God, it's perfect.
It's perfect.
Like,
and
nothing
if it's perfect,
has happened.
Something wrong.
If it's perfect, Dear John, is that what it's called? No, it's not. Fuck. If it's perfect, what's that new movie that just came out? She fell in love with this guy, and he turned out to be something that, like, he completely wasn't. Okay, this has nothing to do.
What are your personal thoughts on kids?
I want kids. I want
kids?
Yeah, I want 3 kids, no 4, no mistake. I always feel like, no offense to the 4th babies, but like I always feel like 4th kids.
I'm having 4.
4 is a lot, yo.
I want
like,
6. So if anyone's listening, 6 kids. But yeah, my friend.
6 is a lot. Are you sure?
Like, if that would be my ideal, that would
you
be
would
my
have
ideal.
a big family though, because you already have a big family.
Yeah,
so you can come from a big family,
and I love kids, so yeah. But
6 young babies.
4. What do you think about the 4th kid?
Oh, 4th kid for me would be a mistake, baby.
What?
because I don't want 4 kids. I feel like 4 kids is too much, and like I feel like I'm gonna be so busy. I'm not gonna have time for 4 kids. Like
That's true.
Like 3 kids is even a lot for me, but like 3 kids, I think that would even it out because I'm the third, so it works. But yeah,
4 kids.
6 kids, you're reaching. Like, you're reaching.
What? No, that'd be
so
my
much.
ideal. Like, I don't think it's gonna happen, but in like Patrice's world, it would definitely happen. But I think that this is also an important relationship further down the road, because like a lot of people today don't want to have kids. Like they'd rather just have pets. And I was literally talking to 2 people today, and one person was like, no, like I don't want to have kids, and like this is more like a mental health issue, but like this person really feels like they would get postpartum and that they also have attachment issues, so they'd feel like their partner, like they'd be asking their partners like, oh, like why do you love the child more than me, like that type of situation. I was like, like that's an interesting thought.
That's interesting, but I don't think that like the tongue is so powerful. I feel like if you like change the way you think about that, like that's not gonna happen. Like if you're before you even have kids, you're like, oh, I'm gonna have postpartum, like you're gonna have postpartum, because you're already like setting yourself up and preparing yourself for postpartum. Like I don't think you should say that to yourself. You're gonna enjoy motherhood, you're gonna enjoy having kids of your own seed, like having your own family outside of like your immediate family, but
then also like if you don't trust yourself, and if you're ready feeling these emotions, then I don't think that you're ready to be in that
definitely
type of
not
situation.
ready yet then.
And then the other person was like, I would rather just have a surrogate and then have the child on myself, because I don't want to build a relationship that's gonna fail.
Whoa,
and I was like,
this is all too powerful in the tongue. Like, stop speaking that into existence.
Seriously, I was just sitting there like...
That is low frequency.
Wow. Yeah.
Don't say that to yourself. Really that's so bad for yourself.
Because I'm such a hopeful person. Like, I feel like life's going to be great. You know, like, I can't wait to be a mother. And
like, just go with the flow. Like, don't like set shit up.
Yeah. It was deep. I was like, oh.
Because then you're setting your kids up. Like, you're bringing your kids into the world in this...
With a mentality.
Negative mentality. And then they're going to start thinking, like, you don't want that. Like, you're going to do great things. Don't worry.
So it's definitely a situation that should be talked about, because, like, you have people that feel...
That way? I never knew.
Yeah.
I never knew that.
Exactly.
That's crazy.
You never know. But...
Discover yourself.
Yes.
Grow, learn, and apply it to the new situation that you run into. This is Shalisa Marie Radio episode
28.
And we will be back next week. I ain't got a topic for you yet, but come back next week. And it's about to be a vibe.
Always.
We out! Shalisa Marie Radio.
Told me you was gonna do better. You just lied and I got fed up. Told me you was gonna try harder. You sound like a broken record. Made me all the promises you made me. All the time that I was waiting, all the time that I was wasting. I knew shit was never changing. Don't forget you said you hate me. Don't forget you said you hate me. I still love you, man, it's crazy, yeah. I can't lie, sometimes I miss you. Sometimes I wish I was still with you. And I can't even lie, sometimes I miss you. Should've done me right when I was with you. Now it's too late. Now it's too late, yeah. I can't even lie, sometimes I miss you. Should've done me right when I was with you. I don't know what you want. Had me and you messed up, and I never gave up on us, no. Try to put up a front, but we still lacking trust. Loyalty wasn't enough, no. Made me all the promises you made me. All the time that I was waiting, all the time that I was wasting. I knew shit was never changing. Don't forget you said you hate me. Don't forget you said you hate me. I used to love me, man, it's crazy, yeah. I can't lie, sometimes I miss you. Sometimes I wish I was still with you. And I can't even lie, sometimes I miss you. Should've done me right when I was with you. Now it's